In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a spiral perm wrap. Let's get started. My first section, I'm taking about a 1/2 inch section, about a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I'm going to put a bookend end wrap there, and I'm going to put my rod on the underneath of the hair, and I'm going to put the hair at the edge of the rod. So not in the center, but at the edge. Give it a couple of turns to ensure you have good tension, and then you just twist. Once it's twisted, you're going to insert your elastic, making sure it's not twisted, the elastic isn't twisted, and you're just going to keep on going. So next section, same thing, about a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I'm going to put in a bookend wrap. The bookends are great because you're using smaller sections of hair. Make sure you keep it nice and wet and extend that paper just past the ends of the hair. Make sure that the hair is at the end of the rod, not in the center. Couple of turns, make sure you've got good tension, pinch, and twist it up. You'll notice that the rods are actually falling in somewhat of a diagonal pattern here. And that's exactly what we want. So for this row, they're going to fall to the right, but the next row that we do, we're going to wrap them a little bit different, and they're going to fall to the left. But you will notice that the hair is not overlapping, but that every part of the hair is touching the rod in a different place. And this is creating kind of like stripes on a candy cane, so that you're getting that uniform curl all the way up. So that pinch and twist really works well to make sure that you get that nice, uniform, even curl all the way. For a spiral perm wrap, you're going to be holding the hair at an angle other than perpendicular to the scalp. So right now I'm holding the hair somewhat vertically to the scalp, where with a normal basic perm wrap, you are just wrapping the hair perpendicular to the head. So a spiral is going to be other than perpendicular. Feel free to use your creative liberty here. You can use different base shapes and sections. You can use different size rods, which is actually a really good thing to do to ensure that it looks very natural. So if I use purple, then I can also use white, gray, orange, do different rows, different colors, and that will give you a much more natural look. So once this bottom row is complete, elastics are nice and secure, then we can move into our next section. So for the next section, I'm doing the same thing, except now the rod is going to be placed on top of the paper instead of underneath. So for the bottom row, I had the rod underneath and I wrapped it towards me. But for this next row, I'm going to place the rod on top, still having the hair on the edge of the rod. So right on that end, but it's on top. I'm going to give it a couple of turns to make sure I've got good tension, and then I'm just going to twist it. Now watch how this one falls. So this one is going to fall to the left. So we're going to be creating kind of a crisscross pattern. So we're going to go from kind of a diagonal right to a diagonal left to a diagonal right to a diagonal left. So every row is going to fall a little bit different. Again, this is just going to give you a much more natural look. So again, put your paper on, get it nice and wet. Make sure you extend that paper past the ends of the hair. That's going to prevent fish hooks from happening and give your curl a nice finished end. The rod goes on top of the paper and right at the end. Give it a couple of turns, make sure you got tension, pinch, and then you just twist it up. Now here I want to show you what's going to happen if you don't secure it properly. So putting your elastics in the right place are important. So you can see that by not having that elastic in the right place, it is going to be hanging 10. We don't want that to happen. So make sure that your elastics aren't twisted. You don't want them all twisted up. Make sure they're nice and straight, and make sure that they're close to the scalp but not too close. You don't want them so that it's going to cause breakage, so you don't really want it past the edge of the roller and into the scalp, but you do want it kind of just flush with the top of the rod. Another thing I'll mention is this perm wrap. You can do it without perm solution and just do it if you want really tight spiral curls. This is really, really cute even with flower girls. You can do it on dry hair and just use like a thermal setting spray. Set the hair on the rods, put them under the dryer for a little while. It's very, very cute and it will last a long, long time. So if you're wondering what you'd look like with some spiral curls, you can do this and check it out for yourself. So I'm just going to keep working my way up the head, doing the same pattern. So for this next row, the rod goes under and I just continue moving up in the same way. So kind of as a recap as to what the spiral perm is and how it works, spiral perm is wrapped at an angle other than perpendicular to the head. You are wrapping it starting on the end of the rod and then winding it up so that each piece of hair has a piece of rod. So this is going to give you a very uniform curl from root to end. There is no overlapping layers and you're creating like stripes of a candy cane along that rod. This wrap works really well with longer hair because you will get more coverage because you're taking smaller sections. And really with any perm wrap, you can do it on just dry hair, no chemicals, a thermal setting spray, and use it just as a roller set. But this one works really, really well because you're going to get some really nice ringlets with it. I hope that you've enjoyed this spiral perm technique. And if you give it a try, please let me know. If you're looking to check out a basic straight back crogonal technique, check out this video right here and have a great hair day.